I very much hope that this new medium will make my Christmas message more personal and direct.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're looking at massive moments in British TV history that changed broadcasting forever. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. BBC iPlayer.
Okay, go! Oh, just pull, Darren!
People had already been watching their favourite programmes on demand for years thanks to VHS tapes and the recording feature in many satellite TV boxes. But in 2007, the BBC launched its own on-demand service and changed the media landscape. It took 4 years of development and ended up going live only 12 months after Netflix broke into streaming, but still years before Netflix became ubiquitous and began making original shows. In the early days of iPlayer, it even incorporated shows from rival broadcasters until they all launched their own streaming services. iPlayer really was light years ahead when it launched, and it's still a great service, provided you're paying the license fee.
Don't miss out this Christmas. BBC iPlayer lets you watch programs from the last 7 days on your computer.
Number 9. The phone-in scandal.
It's been unwittingly involved in fleecing viewers to the tune of millions of pounds a year.
Also in 2007, all of the UK's major broadcasters were implicated in the premium rate phone-in scandal. Shows were charging people outrageous fees to call or text into phone competitions, the results of which were rigged.
Find the animal in this grid.
Quick. For £2,000, what animal do you think?
Everything from fake competition winners to easy questions that always had a different answer to the obvious one, like having to guess the correct animal from a word search of dozens, something you'd always get wrong.
The answer was, we were looking for a tuna. Oh, nice. Tuna.
Hang on. Tuna? Where's the U in that grid?
The wide-reaching investigation led to enormous fines, £11 million in total, and also led to ITV Play getting shuttered after less than a year on the air. There are now stringent rules on television competitions to stop this from happening again.
So winners were faked?
Yeah,
Why?
because you don't want to give away the money.
Number 8. The launch of CBBC.
And this is the brand new CBBC channel.
Before CBBC and CBeebies, children's television existed only in specific time slots on BBC One and BBC Two. There had been attempts to make the CBBC brand its own thing before, but it wasn't until the two channels launched properly in 2002 that children were fully catered to. Having a dedicated children's channel meant that, for adults without children, they didn't have to put up with the children's block on the main BBC channels, but also that there were more better kids shows for an entire generation.
Every day on the channel, live at 7 o'clock in the morning, we got Exchange. Then every Sunday, the top 40 live on your TV screens.
Classics like Tracy Beaker, The Sarah Jane Adventures, and Horrible Histories all had a home on CBBC's terrestrial channel. The BBC has been threatening to take CBBC fully online in recent years, though the plan thankfully keeps getting delayed.
Look, they're ready, we're ready, sit back, grab your cornflakes and don't move a muscle.
Number 7. Switch to colour. Though colour films had existed since the 1930s, it wasn't until the 60s that colour became widespread thanks to the invention of colour television. The first ever colour broadcast put out by the BBC was Wimbledon 1967. Later, the BBC committed to a whopping 4 hours of colour broadcasting every week. It took a while for widespread colour TV adoption, largely because the expense of replacing an existing black and white set with a new colour one, but eventually colour TV was the only TV. To this day though, you can get a discounted black and white TV license, with thousands of them still being renewed in 2025. So clearly some people never saw the allure of colour. That, or they're trying to fleece the license company.
Germans played in the final since Gottfried von Cram.
Number 6, Big Brother.
And I just feel that if this is what a TV show does to people, then it shouldn't be a TV show.
So do you feel there should be another series of Celebrity Big Brother, or is this it?
I don't think they should carry on with Big Brother.
Though Big Brother began in the Netherlands in 1999, the following year saw it launch in the UK and eventually the US, becoming the reality TV show. It began on Maverick broadcaster Channel 4 and spawned decades of discourse and copycats, launching ordinary people to stardom and humiliating celebrities on its sister version.
Will you lament its passing, Nick?
I think it's kind of obvious that Channel 4 today announced that next year will be its last one because of the falling ratings, but I think it's the wrong decision.
In the 2020s, it's been revived for a third time on ITV, proving that putting a group of people in a house and watching them for 24 hours a day is still somehow compelling viewing. But has Big Brother been a net positive or net negative for humanity? Well, you'd probably struggle to find anybody who thinks it's been an overall good thing, and yet millions still watch it.
I think the show over the last 4 or 5 years has been overproduced. The contestants have got more outlandish. The tasks have become very trivial.
Number 5, the launch of Channel 4.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be able to say to you, welcome to Channel 4.
British telly was very buttoned up and proper until the 1980s, when Channel 4, publicly owned but funded by advertising, burst onto the scene. With a broadcasting mandate to do something different, its 1982 launch changed TV, giving the public widely popular but extremely controversial shows, something it continues doing to this day.
Did you kill that wee nun, girls?
Of course we didn't. Then why were you pissing on her dead body and making sandwiches?
As well as Big Brother, it was also home to The Comic Strip Presents and eventually produced hit comedies like The In-Betweeners and Derry Girls. Dispatches brings hard-hitting investigative journalism, while other Channel 4 documentaries like Dogging Tales and the Educating series became must-see viewing. Most of these shows you probably wouldn't get on the BBC and ITV, especially not in the 80s.
How was it good for you, baby?
Guinness is really good for you, baby.
How?
Don't ask me.
Number 4, the Red Triangle films.
From time to time, in the late evening, Channel 4 transmits films made for the cinema, which some viewers may find a bit strong for television.
More Channel 4. In 1986, the broadcaster began a new initiative, the Red Triangle. This triangle, which looks a lot like a road sign, indicates that the program you're about to watch is even more lurid and potentially offensive than Channel 4's usual fare.
You mustn't assume that because we speak out on these issues that we're a group of people who aren't happy about our sex life. It's actually because we believe that sex is so important.
There was a moral outrage in the run-up to these films being introduced, mainly from Mary Whitehouse and her ilk, but it calmed down when they turned out to primarily be serious, foreign art house films rather than anything titillating or soft gore. The Red Triangle was eventually shelved, but it still further cemented Channel 4's reputation as being the channel that will show absolutely anything. And eventually they gave us Naked Attraction, a show that needs a red triangle more than any.
From now on, as an experiment, we'll be using this triangular warning symbol before and during films which include explicit material.
Number 3, the 1950 election.
As a matter of fact, at the present moment, they've checked quite a number of the boxes to make sure that the votes inside them correspond with the presiding officer's register.
It's often said that the 1951 election was the first televised election, but actually, it was the one the previous year. The difference being that none of the recordings from the 1950 election were preserved, very typical of the BBC at that point in time. The 1951 election, however, had election coverage running on television until 4 o'clock the next morning, which is now the standard way elections are covered by TV.
Well, I don't know about the beer, but the opinions here are certainly strong and quite unadulterated. It's been a parliament here all night, and it's gone a little quieter now, but it's been bedlam.
The BBC was still extremely restricted, barely even allowed to cover what was being debated in Parliament. It wasn't until ITV was created that the coverage evolved to show debates and, by 1959, hustings and consistent party messages from political leaders.
1951, when we are going to tell our story of the past, the present, and demonstrate our faith and confidence in the future.
Number 2, the Watershed.
I was about 14. I was playing football, and then one of my mates went to my other mates
and just went, have you seen? That thing is despicable.
The true origins of the Watershed are somewhat murky, but we do know that it existed at the BBC as early as 1962. And back then it was 9:30. It's now been 9 o'clock for a very long time, but has enabled increasingly mature and adult programs to be broadcast on television with the understanding that children won't be watching.
Why not make an art piece out of it, a sculpture? Let's do something fun.
The onus is, therefore, on parents to ensure that their children are in bed, with the assumption being that nothing on TV after 9 will be appropriate.
Socks or phone? What's gonna make you the happiest?
Can't I have them both?
This restriction has given massive amounts of freedom to broadcasters. In countries without watersheds, all programming is generally kept safe for kids, meaning that adults aren't as catered for.
I feel like my stuff defines me. I really want to see whether I actually need all of the things that I think I need to make me who I am.
Number 1. The first Queen's speech.
Happy Christmas. 25 years ago, my grandfather broadcast the first of these Christmas messages.
Officially called the Queen's Christmas Message, or the King's Christmas Message nowadays, the annual Christmas broadcast began on the radio back in 1932. But in 1957, the tradition changed irrevocably when it was modernized for television.
Today is another landmark, because television has made it possible for many of you to see me in your homes on Christmas Day.
Queen Elizabeth II, then just 31, delivered the first televised broadcast on the BBC that Christmas Day, and it's now a tradition to sit down and watch it each year. Or it's a tradition to be vocal about how much you're definitely not going to watch it because you hate the royals.
It's inevitable that I should seem a rather remote figure to many of you, a successor to the kings and queens of history.
It's remained largely unchanged over the years, with the bizarre exception of being recorded in 3D in 2012. Thankfully, that didn't take off.
And so I wish you all, young and old, wherever you may be, all the fun and enjoyment and the peace of a very happy Christmas.
Let us know in the comments which of these moments you remember happening.